It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Steelers and the Silver and Black. And it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Here we go.
The drive starts with a run by Allen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. To Allen on the dump off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down at a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring out the 3rd down. Now Allen. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
59, Mike, check, 59.
Now back to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Here's Allen. And he's corralled at the 40. But now the 4 picking up 8.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Now he's forced out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. He'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Got a man. It's Brown. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams, because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
They'll run for it. This is Allen. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Christensen. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early. A definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this 1st quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
See what you got. 58, right over there. Right there.
He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
59, Mike, 59. Go. 59. Switch up.
They'll run with Allen. Gets around him, and he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, baby.
Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll run. This is Allen. And, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point forthcoming. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. What a drive that was. 16 plays all total. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a first down coming up. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Working with a 2nd and 3. He'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Back to throw here. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Second and 9 now. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got Casper over the middle. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw now on first down. It got his man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play there for the Raiders. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Second and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Man open left side is Brown. Touchdown! A great play there. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they've worked so hard to get.
A try here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up at 6 points for the Raiders. To speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the score. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Let's go. Let's go.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
5 yards remain on second down. Looking to throw. That's to the man who was once signed by the Raiders, Antonio Brown.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Now a handoff here to his running back. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Whipping left side, it's complete. He's got it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A 58-yard attempt.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that might be his last pass in the NFL, because when you throw an interception, especially a pick six as a kicker, see, I don't know that you recover from that one.
You got to remember one thing. My vintage takes me back to shades of Gary Yepermian against Washington in Super Bowl VII. Yeah, folks, I would tell you to do an encyclopedia search, but actually nowadays you do an internet search. Check that one out. And that was at least off of a block kick. This was a design throw. Results the same, though. Interception, 6 points going the other way. Hello, Mike Bass. Remember you?
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Pick six, they'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. That's Crosby. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
2nd and 20.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. This is caught. It's Brown.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2nd and 2. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. He'll look to throw. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it, and this score will stay right where it is. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Christensen.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll look to throw again. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
This game has been a lesson, a clinic in how to throw the football. I mean, even with a big lead, they're not turning off the engine. They're not getting off the gas at all. They plan to keep going at them, and it's working for them.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a carry for Allen. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
6 yards left on 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll look to throw now on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The throw over the middle, taken in. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And hauled in by the tight end Miller. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll drop to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. 34 yards. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the...
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this one a victory for the Raiders.